Start streaming, la-di-da. Ho-ka-hey, ho-ka-hey. Are we live streaming? I think so. Okay, BOOZHOO, and welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, a podcast about OJIBWE language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO, and over here, the lovely and the talented, would you cut it out, Natasha. BOOZHOO, everybody! And today, our OJIBWE phrase of the day is brought to you by the good people, the fine, the Mino Anishinabeg at Amazon.com, who, with a simple click of a link, what are you doing? I gotta make this stretch out until this ad's over. This song's way too long. OJIBWE, an illustrated introduction to OJIBWE Moan. It's available, there you go, available at Amazon.com. Just click the link. Are we really always going to start the show with the commercial? Yeah, sure, why not? We got to pay the bills somehow. OJIBWE. Let me pull it up. Hoka. Hey, I think I have it underneath OJIBWE book ad. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. OJIBWE. Have you ever found yourself just walking down the street and you're going, doggone it, I wish I had a book that had a big old alien on the cover and it would teach me the OJIBWE language, you know, and little bite-sized nuggets, little words of the day and whatnot, what have you. Well, you know, you're probably saying there's got to be a better way. Well, there is. Click the link below. And, okay, enough of that. I'm just killing time until somebody says hello. BOOZHOO. In the OJIBWE language, we like to say BOOZHOO when we say hello. And that's why I named this show BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Oh, wow. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Podcast with a pink screen. What's going on? By Michael Lyons. Oh, good. Here's Jessica. Mino Giga Jabe. Jessica. Jessica's here, sweetie. BOOZHOO, Jessica. Yeah. Didn't want to get too far into the show before we knew you were here. So I was just killing time trying to sell OJIBWE books. And that's not the only book he has either, by the way, you guys. Michael Lyons, he's got a number of books, coloring books. He's got that book, what's it called? Dog in my Ingun. Yeah, there's Dog in my Ingun. There's BOOZHOO OJIBWE. There's Grief Relief, you know. But you can check it out on Amazon. Hey, and Jim is here too. BOOZHOO Jim. How's it going, my brother? And Brian is back. BOOZHOO Brian. Brian's here, sweetie. BOOZHOO Brian. And Daniel Black. Mino Giga Jabe. It's Danny and Ellie Black here. Hoa. Danny and Ellie. Ellie is off school because she's not well but getting better. Hoa. Ellie's got to take a sick day, sweetie. All right. Way to go, Ellie. Oh, no, she's sick. Oh, yeah. Sorry you're sick. Yeah. But at least you don't have to go to school. You know, when I was a kid, if you got sick enough to stay home from school, my mom would sometimes give me 7-Up and saltines. Well, it's good for your belly. Have some saltines, have some 7-Up, lay on the couch, watch a soap opera, take a nap, drink lots of water. You'll be better. And Zekiel 17 Squirrel. Honey, it's my birthday today. Oh, it's somebody's birthday, sweetie. Mino, how's that go? The happy birthday song? Happy birthday in Ojibwe is Minawana Gozi Dibashka Gijagud. But you can just say Mino Dibashka to say happy birthday. So, Mino Dibashka Minawana Gozi. No, it's Minawana Gozi is like to be merry. Mino is kind of like good. So we could say good birthday. But you could say Minawana Gozi Dibashka. Minawana Gozi Dibashka. Minawana Gozi Dibashka. Minawana Gozi Dibashka. Zekiel 17 Squirrel. I wonder if that means he's Ezekiel. That must be a dude. He's 17 today. I bet he is. 17, hoa. He's at the height of his powers. Hi, Ellie and Danny. Ellie and Danny. This is the story of Ellie and Danny. Back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a person named Ellie and a person named Danny. And hoa, they would get into trouble. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't have a story about Ellie and Danny. Okay. But what I do have is an Ojibwe word of the day. For some of you new people, you might not know this. You know, in the Ojibwe way, we didn't really have names of the week until after we started to adopt some of the European customs. A lot of that happened when we went to boarding school. You know, if you ever ask yourself, hey, how come all those Indians are speaking English? You know, you go to Mexico, everyone's speaking Spanish, and you come up here and all the Indians are speaking English. What happened to speaking Ojibwe? Well, it's like this. Back in the days of the grandfathers, when all the dust had settled from all the wars and all the bloodshed, the elders of the villages, the leaders of the people, met with the great white grandfathers in Washington, D.C., and they said, hey, you know what? We're gonna start these reservations. And okay, you guys can have all the land. You can do what you want. But we wanna live here on the reservation, and we're gonna hunt and fish on the ceded territory. But we don't want our kids to be second-class citizens. You guys are gonna have to make some schools for the kids. Teach them English, you know. Teach them reading, writing, and arithmetic. Huh, sweetie? That's right. And they called them the Indian boarding schools, residential schools. And the kids would live at the school, and they would learn English. And they would learn the ways of the Chimokaman, of the long knife, of the white man. And so, at these boarding schools, you know, when you learned English, it was kind of around the boarding school schedule. So on Sundays, we called it prayer day. Because Sundays were a big day for like church and that. Boarding schools were also like Catholic schools. They're kind of like a Catholic school meets a military school. Meets a what do they call that when you can't speak any other language? Immersion school. It was like a full-on English immersion boarding school. But on Sundays, they called it Anuma E Gijagud, prayer day. And so Mondays would come around, and they'd be like, what do you want to call this day? And so let's call it the day after prayer day. And so, Ishwa Anuma E Gijagud became the Ojibwe word for Monday, the day after prayer day. Yehoah, the day after prayer day. Ishwa, anama e, gija good. And that's what we call Mondays. Monday, Monday, la 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 dee da dee dee doo. Yeshua, anama gija good. That's right, sweetie. Ladies and gentlemen, Natasha. Hello. She'll be up later. So yeah. So Ishwa Anama Gija Good is the day after prayer day, Monday. And you know how I was talking about how Michael Lyons wrote and illustrated a collection of cartoons in the Ojibwe language. Here's one of his cartoons. What do we got here? Nagig. Nagig is an otter. Why I otter? Why I otter? What? I don't know. I was waiting for you. Nagig. And we got a little otter here. And he's reading a book. He's saying, Mino. Mazina igan. Uh-oh. Mino. It's good. Just like Mino Gija good. It's a good day. Mino Giga Jeb. Good morning. You know. Mino. Mino. But then he's reading this book. In Ojibwe we call books Mazina igan. Mazina igan is a book. In fact, what am I doing? Hoa. Why is word 3 behind me? I'm going to move it up. So Mino, it means good. Mazina igun is like a book. And then this is. You know, sometimes in Ojibwe we kind of talk like Yoda. Good book this is. This little otter, he likes to read books. But so he says, mazina igan. That's how you'd say it. You know, if you wanted to say, that's a good book over there, you would say, awede. Mino, mazina igan, awede. Oh, that book over there, awede. But if it's right here, this book right here in my hands, and you see that little apostrophe? That's kind of like, you know, like in the word where there's a dash. That's the Ojibwe way of going. Just kind of, they call it a glottal stop. Isn't that right, sweetie? That sure is correct. So, it's a good book. It's a really good book. It's almost as good as Ojibwe by Michael Lyons. Available now. Okay, I'm going to quit with that. Yeah. So this is a story about the book that Nagig, the otter, read while floating on his back in the river. Back in the days of the grandfathers, Nagig loved to read. He would read and read, sweetie. And he would read a book called the Paul Stanley Autobiography. Face the Music. And he would read it in the bathtub. He'd read it in the river when he would be bathing. And he would read about the early days of KISS and the struggles that Paul Stanley went through. Having micro-Croatia, he was only born with one ear. Did you know that, sweetie? I did know that. Paul Stanley was born with this weird birth defect where he could only hear out of one ear, and he didn't even have, he was just had like a little stump. Later on, he had a plastic surgery to graft an ear on himself. It's weird. He became like that mouse. You ever see that mouse where they were like playing with gene therapy or something? They grew a human ear on this poor mouse's back. Ugh. But that's what Paul did. And so he read about Paul Stanley trying to become a rock star, and then how one day his dreams came true, and he became a rock star. He became the star child. And this is your Ojibwe phrase of the day. Did you like that story, honey? Sweetie, I love all your stories, but that one went nowhere. Oh, yeah, I know. I didn't really prepare for the show too much today. Anyway, who is this now? Durnea Damasi Williams. Uppy hey, Earth Bay, Ara Uye. Durnea speaks Pig Latin. Oh, sweet. Yeah, she's multilingual. And Weesani's here. Bonjour, Weesani. How you doing? Welcome back to the show. Oh, the cool people are finally rolling into the party. They always come in a little late. And there's Missy. Bonjour, Missy. Oh, I got to get the rest of those photos to you. I'll do that after the show. I just remembered. Missy's going to make a calendar. She's going to make a calendar of us? Yep. We might start having prizes on the show or something. You know. The BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO calendar. You can take down those sexy fireman calendars off your wall, Missy. You can put us up there next. Chris Favor. Love it. I thought I was the only one who used the Yoda analogy to help explain sentence structure. Yeah, I think that's what's so brilliant about Star Wars. I think they understood some languages are like that. Like even in Norwegian, you put the verb first when you're asking a question. It'll be like, run you to town? Or something like that. Run to town, will you go? Or something like that. Hoa, hoa. Aya. Aya. Ovla. Uya. Ose achme. Aitre akbe. Ache. Right back at you. I think Durnea might be a gray alien. How come? Well, she laid down a couple of gray alien gifts or whatever. Oh, those little, whatever they are called? Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of, well, we have one close friend who's associated with this show. His name is Stephen A. Leon. No, it's not Alien. Stephen is his first name. A is his middle initial. His middle name is Aubrey. And his last name is Leon, like Leon Spinks. But, yeah. Isn't that right, Stephen? Yes, that's right, boss. I am, how you say, a friend of the show. Yeah. We'll have to get you back in the show maybe tomorrow, huh? Yes, I think that would be, how you say, wonderful. Yep, that's how we say wonderful. He was made in China, so he's got a certain stereotypical accent. I don't think it's politically correct myself. You might not be politically correct, Stephen. Why would you say that? Well, because, you know, that's kind of a stereotypical accent. I'm afraid I don't hear it, boss. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, maybe it's me. So, anyway, Yeah, so yeah, welcome new people. I love to re-announce what this show's all about. The reason why I like talking about OJIBWE is that without OJIBWE, we never would have a show, huh, sweetie? That's true. Michael Lyons. Michael Lyons here. Say hello, Niji. Hi, everybody. Michael Lyons, you guys. He got to start sharing these cartoons on Facebook. He was drawing these cartoons, and he had these books for sale on Amazon, and he was like, okay, now what? So he started putting comic strips on YouTube, and he started making these little videos that he'd, put some music behind it and that. And then one thing led to another, and pretty soon I was, people would write on, it's like, how do you pronounce that? And so I kind of thought, well, I could get on here, and then I could help him pronounce Mazina Igun. Uh-oh. Little things like that. And so the show's kind of about, the show's totally about, I don't know what the show's about. I guess Ojibwe language and culture. But I like cartoons, I like art. And so, you know what we should do, sweetie? What? Up next, let's call this next one, sometimes we have viewers, if you're a little guy, or anybody actually, and you would like to share your artwork with the show, send us a link to a clip of your artwork. Like I think we have a, do we have one of the kids' colorings here? Yeah, I think so. Let me put it up. Oh, here it is. Here you go. This is done by a little, who's this now? Is this from like a first or second grader, sweetie? No, that's Vincent van Gogh. This is the most famous painter in the world. Yep, that's one of his most famous paintings, in fact. Oh, okay. Today's viewer, really? Did he send this in? Yeah, he wanted it to be on the show, I guess. All right, we'd like to thank little Vinny Vincent. Not Vinny Vincent. I wish Vinny Vincent would send a painting. Yeah, that'd be cool. We should get him on the show. Vinny Vincent was a guitarist who replaced Ace Frehley in Kiss. But this isn't Vinny Vincent, I'm sorry to say. This is Vincent van Gogh. And, kids, I've said it before, but, when you go to school, they're going to teach you, yeah, this is good art. And he was a genius. But, you can decide for yourself if you think this is good. Me, I thought a little kid did this. But, hey, sweetie. Yeah? You've got a phone call. Well, can I wait? No, it's from Mr. Van Gogh. Really? Uh-oh. Okay. Can we patch him in through line 2? Yep. Caller, you're on the air. Hey, man. What gives you the right? Hello, Mr. Van Gogh. Ladies and gentlemen, Vincent Van Gogh on the show. Hi, Mr. Van Gogh. How are you? I'll tell you how I am. I'm pretty PO'd. I'm pretty PO'd at you. Why? Listen, man, what gives you the right to judge my work? I'm a famous artist. You're a nobody. Well, yeah, I know I'm a nobody. I don't mean to imply that I'm, I guess I am sort of implying I'm better than you, but. Man, why don't you read an art history book? I'm a genius. You're a nobody. Yeah, okay. So, I guess I'm sorry. Yeah, shut up. You don't know nothing about art. I'm a genius. You're not a genius. How dare you? I'm a genius. Look at my ear. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. You know how Paul Stanley in his autobiography, Face the Music? Yes, I read the autobiography. I'm not illiterate. Yeah. He was born without an ear. Can you imagine the kind of slap in the face, the kind of insult it is to him that you cut your own ear off? I'm sorry that I'm getting mad, but I mean, you called in. Listen, man. Hold on. I was holding that up to my other side. I keep forgetting I don't have an ear. Listen, man. Paul Stanley was born without an ear. And yeah, I cut my ear off. But you know why I did that? Yeah, you wanted to impress some girl or something because you're nuts? No, man. Because, you know, I had these glasses and they were just crooked. I couldn't keep them on my face. And I get so frustrated. I was just saying, oh, forget it. I'm going to cut my ear off. That's what happened? Yeah, you can't... Everyone thinks I gave it to some girl. That's not right. I don't do that. Okay. So you cut it off because your glasses weren't sitting straight? Yeah, man. Well, how do they sit now? Well, I can't wear glasses now. Yeah. I gotta wear contacts. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, hey. I'm sorry. Maybe I don't appreciate... let's... I'm sorry, kids, that I'm straying away from the lesson a little bit. This is Starry Night. Yeah, that's one of my greatest works. You got a problem with that? No, I'm just saying... I don't know, it looks like a little kid did it. If I didn't know it was, you know, one of the greatest works of art of all time, I would assume that some kid did it. Well, that's because you don't understand art. You know, you just like cartoons. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know. So is that why you called in? You just want to chew me out? Yeah. And I want to teach. Hey, can I teach you Ojibwe word of the day? You want to teach Ojibwe after all this? Yeah. Well, we already have a couple. Well, what were they out? I just want to pronounce them. Okay. So it's Ishwa Anime A. Ishwa Anime A. Keisha Good. Keisha Good. That means day after prayer day. Ishwa Anime A. Keisha Good. Day after prayer day. Yep. And that means Monday. And what was the other stuff? Let's see. The other stuff was just here. Oh, it's under word 3, isn't it? Mino. Mazina E gun. Uh-oh. Mino. What was the next one? Mazina E gun. Mazina E gun. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And what does that mean? That means this is a good book. Oh. Hey, you know what's a good book? What's that? Face and Music. Paul Stanley's autobiography. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, he's a real hero of mine. I love Kiss. Do you really? Yeah, you know, I can only listen to it out of the one ear now, but, you know, I like to rock and roll all night and party every day. Yeah. Vincent Van Gogh likes to rock and roll all night and party all day, sweetie. I had no idea. Yeah. All right, well, that's cool. All right, well, look, man, I'm sorry I'm dogging your artwork. I just don't. It's not you. Okay, let me get this straight. What? It's not you I have a problem with. It's art education that promotes you. You were just doing your best. I mean, frankly, I think your self-portrait's probably the best thing you ever did. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it's not bad. It's all right. I mean, you're no Hitler. What do you mean I'm no Hitler? Hitler was a great artist. You're saying Hitler was a great artist? That's anti-Semitic. How is that anti-Semitic? Hitler was a fascist dictator. You can't say that. I know he was. I'm not saying he was bad. He was a good politician or whatever. Have you ever seen his artwork? Yeah, I've seen his artwork. Let me just share. Sweetie, should I share a Hitler painting? Sure. All right, you guys. So, since I have Vincent Van Gogh on the line here, I was, you know, there's more on the internet than just Twitter and Facebook. I was educating myself on Hitler paintings. And, again, education. This is really about art education. Hitler only gets known for one thing. And even, actually, if you want to know more about Hitler, I would say take a look at his artwork. This dude, okay, here's just one of hundreds of paintings. When you go to school, the one thing they teach you about Hitler and art is that, he failed out of art school, or he didn't get accepted into art school or something. He was a failed artist. Wikipedia will say he was a failed artist. It's like, no, he was a failed dictator. I think he was a successful artist. This thing is gorgeous. This is an oil painting. And, he had a lot of paintings about buildings. The guy could have been an architect. That's not a photograph. That's a painting, you guys. And there's a lot of, beautiful emotion in this. There's his signature, A. Hitler. The person who painted this spent many years painting and looking at the world and dreaming. And it must have taken him, I don't know. Did he paint every day for 3 weeks to do this? I don't think this is the kind of thing you can paint like a Bob Ross painting. I don't know. I wonder if I'm going to get into trouble for sharing copyrighted Hitler paintings. I don't know, man. I don't like it, but you make a good point. Yeah. All right, I better get back to the show, Vinny. All right. Well, hey, how do you say I'll see you again? You say Gigawaba Min Minawa. Gigawaba Min Minawa. Yep. Gigawaba Min Minawa Van Gogh. And your mediocre paintings. I don't know. Am I wrong? No, I don't think you're harsh enough. You don't think I'm harsh enough? Yeah. People tune into our show for art criticism. You're kind of, this is what people expect. Yeah, I suppose so. We have a classy, what's that word when you care about art and music and stuff? Like highbrow. Yes, our eyebrows are very high. Our eyebrows smoke marijuana. They're so high, we're highbrow. Anyway. Sweetie. Yeah? You got another call. Oh, you're kidding. That's a busy day. All right. Can you patch him through? Yep, line 2. Caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air. Oh, hello. Hi. Hello, NANABOOZHOO. Oh, hello there, Adolf. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing very well indeed. What can I do for you, Fear? I just wanted to call in and tell you how happy I am that you're sharing my paintings. It warms my cold heart. It warms your cold heart. Well, that's a relief. I'm going to make you just a little smaller, if that's okay. So what's going on? Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe it. So you're taking interest in my art. That's all I ever wanted. Is that really all you ever wanted? Well, yeah, and racially pure Europe. And for people to like my paintings. Yeah, well, I'm not condoning anything you did back in the day. I'm just saying your paintings are pretty good. And I think it's sort of sour grapes, or maybe some people hold a grudge against you that they can't, when they say stuff like, "Oh, he was a failed artist." Let's see them paint like you, huh? Oh, I don't like to brag. My father is a very humble artist. Are you? Oh, yes. But, I just, I don't know. I like to paint the buildings, and I like to paint, there's something serene about winter. Yeah, let's take one more look at it. So what were you thinking when you did this painting? Oh, I was thinking about how much I love winter, how cold, and it's almost, it's a contemplative time. It was a time when I would sometimes, look inside myself and say, Adolf, what do you want? What do you want out of life? And I go, no one has ever asked me that before. Is that really what that's all about? I don't know. All right. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Yeah. So, you've been studying your OJIBWE? Oh, a little bit. I call up my friends, and I'm like, "Hey, BOOZHOO Nietzsche." Is that what you say? BOOZHOO Nietzsche? Yeah. I call all my friends Nietzsche. Oh, that's cool. Nietzsche, you guys means like brother or friend. How about your female friends? What do you call them? Oh, the Fräuleins? Yeah, the Fräuleins. Is that German for lady? The only German I know is what I learned from Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes! That show. Oh, it was a stereotype. It would make me so angry. You didn't like Hogan's Heroes? No. They portrayed us as nincompoops. Nincompoops. That's probably a German term, isn't it? Yeah, I never thought of that. But, what were you saying? What was I saying, sweetie? Something about art and how people don't appreciate art. We all lost our train of thought at the same time. Should we see if anybody has any questions for Adolf? Sure. Let's see. Daniel Black says Van Gogh is a bit of a dick. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Daniel says Adolf dreams took a left turn somewhere, eh? Yeah, Adolf, did your dreams take kind of a left turn? If I could have just had the recognition I deserved for my paintings, I never would have troubled myself with politics. Yeah. Oh, that was my point. It seems like it's hard feelings that the rest of the world, whenever they talk about you as a painter, they just dog your talent and your accomplishments. I mean, it wasn't like you just did one cool painting. If it wasn't for the whole thing, Holocaust. I gotta sneeze again. Look at the light. Excuse me. I usually have two. Come on. No? Just one this time. Oh, it's coming later. Yeah, probably. Anyway, yeah, if not for the whole Holocaust thing, I don't know. I just think you're sort of an interesting person. That I don't fully buy the whole official narrative of who you were. So looking at your art just creates a mystery. But that's all I have to say about that. Okay. Well, hey, I want to tell you that I really appreciate your show. You appreciate my show? Yes, you must teach the OJIBWE words to the children. The children are the future. Pass along your knowledge of the culture, of the language. Tell the children the history of your people. Will do, Adolf. I'm gonna go before I say something stupid. Okay, Gigawabamin, Minawa. Gigawabamin, Minawa, Hitler. I mean, I agree with him that I think I should teach the children Ojibwe language. I just don't want to be known as someone who was following Hitler's orders. Yeah, that could get us into trouble. This is my own idea, you guys. Hitler just condones it. Hitler condones me, not the other way around. Ugh, gonna get into so much trouble. I'm going to get in trouble with Missy. Missy's got no sense of humor when it comes to the Holocaust. Well, I'm sorry, Missy. You can't find humor in the Holocaust. Okay. Brian says, is marijuana legal in Minnesota? Missy says, medical so far, recreational soon. Thank you, Missy. Missy's fielding the calls of the questions about marijuana. I'm sure I wouldn't know. I wonder if anyone ever asked Ernie questions about the legalization of recreational marijuana. Should we talk about that? You know what I heard about marijuana? Number one, I heard marijuana was a term coined by the CIA. Here's a conspiracy. So marijuana wasn't invented. It just grew naturally everywhere. People have been smoking it forever. And some of the old medicine people, the Bear Clan people, the Muckwa Dodam knew that this herb was love medicine. It was a Zaga Idiwin Mushkiki. Zaga Idiwin Mushkiki. Oh, that could have been a good Ojibwe word of the day, huh? Love medicine. Zaga Idiwin Mushkiki. But they said that, yeah, it was a woman's medicine. And it was supposed to be used for sensual times. Times when you really wanted to accentuate your senses. So your sense of taste, your sense of smell, your sense of sight. It's good for feasts and romantic dinners together. You would smoke some of this woman, and a woman would be the one to carry it. and so this is why the guys would always show up a little early for dinner. They'd be like, "Oh, you got any of that love medicine? I'm here for our romantic fireside dinner, but let's partake in the love medicine." But so apparently it was a woman's medicine to accentuate sensual pleasure. That's all. They didn't smoke it for visions or anything. But then, what else do I know about? So the conspiracy, which is one behind every topic you could think of, is that back in the days of the 1930s or something, the newspaper industry was threatened by the growth of, what's that stuff that weeds grown out of? Hemp. Hemp farms are a big deal. Everybody says, oh yeah, George Washington grew weed. It's well, yeah, he grew fields and fields of hemp because he was a farmer. George Washington did it all. He was a warrior, he was a politician, he was a farmer. But he grew hemp. So everybody had hemp fields, and paper was grown in hemp. Oh yeah, no, it was a lumber industry that was trying to get rid of weed. And so one of the big lumber barons came out with a series. He was also in charge of all the papers. And he said, yeah, let's start a campaign to really make people afraid of this weed, of this plant that just grows wherever, that makes you really enjoy the taste of food and the smell of the morning dew, and the sound of Night Ranger. And so they said, Okay, well, what's it called? Oh, it's called cannabis. And um, so where was I going with this? And I said, well, that's not scary enough. What do the Mexicans call it? They call it cannabis. So, well, let's make it sound Spanish. Marijuana. From now on, let's call it marijuana. They'll think Mexicans are smuggling in this dangerous drug from Mexico. And we'll write some news stories about Mexicans raping white women when they were going crazy on this dangerous drug called marijuana. And it kind of worked for a couple of generations. You know, for the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and 60s. And yeah, they can say, oh yeah, the hippies. We were smoking weed, man. It's like, no, it was very illegal. And, you know, yeah, people did it, but it was like, it's always been just, you know, it was very, whatever, until just recently. So, this is the story of the marijuana. Oh, so yeah, so then the conspiracy is that, yeah, that's just your mind control propaganda machine that media has always been. It didn't just start with the CNN in the last year. They've been making up stories about whatever the whole time. And but now, you know, things are changing. Some of these old narratives are falling away. You know, it's really easy to talk about how dumb kids are today. Yeah. But this is the first generation that's finally just not buying all the propaganda. You know, like the moon landing and that marijuana is the same thing as heroin. War in general. You know, the propaganda now is to try to sell the idea that everybody's racist. Because you can't sell the idea of becoming racist on young people. It's really hard to make a young, like a kindergartner, hate some other racial group. But the media, the TV will want to tell you, yeah, man, white people hate black people. The biggest threat to this country are white people. They're going around and just mowing down, you know. It's Jim Crow all over again. The KKK is running this country. It's like, what? No, they're not. When's the last time you saw a KKK parade? You know? You've got Black Lives Matter written in huge, you know, in every city across the country. But, you know, it's always been propaganda. So they're trying to, you know. So this dumb generation who can't even tell time. That's the truth about that too. I know. There's a lot of kids in this generation who can't read a watch because they have phones and they never learned. And everyone makes excuses. They're not dumb. Why do they need to know how to read a watch? They have the computer, and that's a digital. But I'm going, yeah, but I don't know. Why do you need to know how to tie your own shoe? Because they make Velcro now or whatever. But still, they're dumb, but they're not dumb. They're less gullible than the generations before. You know, the kids today, they don't believe in King Kong. Kids today don't believe in Santa Claus. You know, they play along for the benefit of their parents, but we believed it. You know, we would fight at school. So why don't you shut up? Yes, you don't believe in Santa Claus, like you wanted to stick up for him. What do you mean he's not real? You're not real. You know, the kids today, they're too wise. It's the internet. You're not as naive. I mean, they're messed up in other ways, but... Huh, sweetie. They sure are. So that's why I wanted to share this song with the BOOZHOO crew. Is that your segue? Yep. You kids are dumb, but not that dumb. And this song, I don't even remember which one it was. I don't remember which one it was either. We just have it labeled as song. All right. Well, you guys, this is a great song. Maybe this... Oh, I know what the song this is. Sweetie. So, ladies and gentlemen, after the song, I'm going to bring up Natasha. And this is a song we recorded together. 2 guitars and me and 2 vocals. And it's a song I wrote for Natasha. Oh, now I remember what song it is. Yeah. And coming up next, the lovely and the talented Natasha. And I will see you lot again tomorrow. GOFUNDME. Hey, sweetie, I got an idea. We teleport me away? Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you again tomorrow. GOFUNDME. Manawa. Hoa.
I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. Now you're my one, and you're my only regret. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. I used to sit up at night just so I could watch ya. I wrote on my bedroom wall, Nanaboozhoo loves Natasha.
Ah. I love that song. BOOZHOO! That was such a beautiful song, sweetie. Yeah. I just teleported him a couple of feet that way. But, how you doing, everybody? Nanaboozhoo loves Natasha. So, want to say BOOZHOO to Missy and Louise and me. Brandy Marie is here. BOOZHOO, Brandy Marie. And Brian BOOZHOO. And Daniel Black. And Chris Favor. BOOZHOO. Hoka, hey. So yeah. Let's see. What did we learn today on BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO? Today we learned that Ishwa, Anima A, Good, means the day after prayer day. Where is that? Right? And we also learned that Paul Stanley's autobiography has something to do with him being born with only one ear, and that Van Gogh also only has one ear. And the Hitler is a pretty good painter. I don't know. What should I talk about? I don't know. We're almost out of time. We are? Yeah, I suppose we are. Yeah, so, what are we going to do today? We have got to mow the lawn for the first time. That's right. And by we, you mean you have got to mow the lawn for the first time today. Yep, I guess I will. La, la, la. It's going to be hot today. It's going to be like 78 degrees. Oh, that feels like summer to me. Yeah, me too. Summer's on. Summertime, summertime. Ishwa anama, gisha good. Day after prayer day. Ooh, la-di-da, hoka, hey. Hey, sweetie? Yeah? Do we have time for one more call? Yeah, I suppose we could. It's 8:59. All right, there's somebody on line waiting. Okay, line 2? Yep, line 2. Line 2, where is it? Oh, here we go. Caller, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Yes, hello there, Natasha. Oh, hi, Donald. How are you? I'm doing very well. I was just watching your show, and I was wondering if you could help me to, could you pronounce the Ojibwe word for day after prayer day? Oh, sure. To say day after prayer day, it's Ishwa Aname Gisha Good. Ishwa Aname Ishwa Aname Gisha Good. Day after prayer day. Yeah, day after prayer day. And what's with that apostrophe E? Oh, that little apostrophe? It's like that glottal stop, like an oh. You say aname keeps you good. Yep. Well, thank you very much, my dear. How's everything else going in your life? It's going tremendous. Fantastic. It's fantabulous. That's what they tell me. I don't know. It could be true. Yep, sure could be. So I gotta go. I'm running out of time. All right. Well, hey, Natasha, can I tell you? Gigawaba min, minawa. I will see you again. Yep, very good. Gigawaba min, minawa, Trump. Yeah. Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about today? What's that? The unsung hero of the Muppet world. You can talk about it right now. Okay. You know who's an unsung hero of the Muppet, of the, I guess, Jim Henson's children's, whatever that is? The people who make all that? I was digging around, doing some research, and, where is it? Well, first of all, let me get rid of this. Okay. So, everybody knows Jim Henson, right? Jim Henson created Sesame Street. And he was the voice of Kermit and a number of Muppets and Ernie. And everyone knows Ernie and Bert. So Jim Henson was Ernie and Bert was Frank Oz. And Frank Oz was a little less famous than Jim Henson, but still pretty darn famous. He was also the voice of Miss Piggy, of Fuzzy the Bear, of a lot of the crazy... He was the other guy who was a lot of those Muppets in the heyday. But the person that everyone forgets about was this dude. The right hand. this guy has a name, and I read it, and then I forgot about it because I didn't care. His whole job was to be the right hand to Ernie and to smell Jim Henson's armpit every day of his life. He would just stick his whole face into Jim Henson's armpit. I'm sure he had some, opinion. Hopefully say in the deodorant that Jim Henson would use. Thank goodness Jim didn't insist on wearing a tank top. But this poor guy, he's gone down in history as a puppeteer. He's got a Wikipedia entry. And he didn't have any lines. He didn't act. He didn't talk. His whole life was just, just doing the hand. But you can see just how serious he takes his job, too. Just staring into that monitor, wanted to get it just right. I wonder how much he made. Not enough if you have to sniff Jim Henson's armpit every day. Yep, he's an unsung hero. And that is today's unsung hero of Sesame Street. To learn more about Hoa, miigwech, Weesanie. Weesanie's just sent us $5. Gotta get back into the garden. Have a good day, y'all. Quabamin. Thank you, miigwech, so much. Okay, Weesanie's definitely a woman. Now you think Weesanie's a woman? Or I thought Weesanie was a dude yesterday. I know, because Weesanie tips. But now Weesanie's a gardener. And that tells me more ladies are gardeners. I don't know. But thank you very much, miigwech. We really appreciate it. And, but yeah. So to learn more about the history of Muppet, we got to call this, it's definitely a genre. That was started with Jim Henson and Sesame Street and ended with us. But, this guy, I don't know. Well, all right, on that note, did you want to add anything? Nope. Okay, guys, I would love to say, as we end the show, miigwech, GOFUNDME. Thank you for watching. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. I am Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO. BOOZHOO. Down here is Michael Lyons. Hello. And we'll be back tomorrow. And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minawa. Okay, the transition wasn't perfect, but I think they get the point. Yeah, I think they get the point. What the?